What is up? It is straight bumming it here. Today we're going to be looking at a van build. We love van builds. We're poor over here. Ain't got no money. We need to live alternatively. No more renting apartments. No more buying useless bullshit. We have limited space now. We couldn't even afford to put that stuff there if we wanted to. We don't need it. We don't want it. We're in my $786 van build today. What should I do now? He's the guy who built this thing. What should I do now? I don't know. Let's check out what you did. You got a van here. It's got crabs. No big deal. I mean, depending on the mileage, crabs isn't bad for any van. Let's check it out a little bit. It's looking good. Got the privacy curtains. Storage. Got to have storage up in here. We got liquids. We're staying hydrated up in this bed. Automatic. We like automatics over here. That's not bad. What is it? A towel on the floor? It's really clean up. Oh, the sweeper on the hook. Now look, this is a hack. What should I do now? You got this right. The cling hooks. I put hooks everywhere in my builds. So much crap can be hung up. Out of the way, save space. It is so annoying just digging around looking for that one little knick-knack you need, that one tool, that one whatever. This is a cool setup. I like it. A lot of hanging things. We're hanging our keys, we're hanging Tamagotchi over here, we got the sweeper. We're set up. We got crabs in the rear view, we know that. This is a good looking build. Let's hear about it. He's got a 2006 Toyota Sienna, 237,000 miles. See, on a lot of vans, a Caravan, a Dodge, 237 is too much. Wouldn't want it. You know, maybe if it was from like the Southwest, maybe 237. And it all depends on price. I think that's really what it comes down to for a lot of us. If it's $200, somebody just wants scrap price, try it out. It breaks down on the side of the road, whatever, who cares? You can get rid of it, you can have someone come scrap it. Now, he paid $2,700 at auction. Never bought a car in an auction. I don't know if that's good. I'm from the Rust Belt. To be honest with you, something this age with these miles, you know, I could pick up for maybe $1,000, with a good search. That being said, in the Rust Belt, you're not gonna have rocker panels. They'll be gone. All this, you don't get that in the Rust Belt. That shit's gone. 2006. Yeah, this thing, it's gonna be rusted, but you know it might run. And if it's too rusty, you're worried about busting brake lines. It could actually be dangerous. But we're poor. We need something. Sometimes a little danger is okay. I don't think we should all be wearing helmets, walking around all over the place. Life's not safe. Let's just put it that way. Life's not safe. Gotta take a little risk. And I think that's what a lot of people in these alternative living situations are doing. Living on boats, van builds, campers, just putting up a mud hut in the woods. It's all cool. It's all risky. I like this, the bookshelf. Get it from both sides. Think about that if you're doing like a sliding door van like this, like a minivan. This is cool. Got both sides. You can get to your water. Gotta have water. Coffee. Coffee's cool. I love coffee. Basically, I do instant coffee. I don't know how he's doing this without like a coffee pot. Coffee pots, they add a little complexity because you gotta have an inverter. You gotta worry about your batteries at that point. I don't think he has solar on this thing. We'll keep looking, but an ice chest. I personally have been living, I've lived in truck campers, I've lived in vans, I've lived on boats as I do now. I live on a little tiny boat. I can tell you, ice chests, they get the job done at first, but you really, really want to get a nice, efficient 12 volt tiny fridge. You know, the problem with the ice chests, water gets into all your stuff. Your tubs of butter, full of water. I don't know if you like it like that, but I don't. So 12 volt fridge, as soon as you upgrade, as soon as you get a battery, a little solar, you know, they're getting cheaper every day, you know. Ice chest works to start. That's what you can expect, but that's one of the first things I would upgrade. But, you know, what works, works. And he's got sunblock, so this is, alright, let's keep moving. I think it's a sunblock. No, that might be spam. I take that back. Alright. We're back in the interior. We like it. It's cool. Got the shades. I don't know if he has anything for the windows. That's a big thing. I've had people break in. I've had people stare in. It's all pretty unnerving. That's why I like the boat. The boat, it's a lot harder for somebody to just wander on by and take a gander in. We got a little cutting table. All right. He's eating healthy. I think this was a couple from what I read, actually. So they're eating healthy. I like this. I would never personally eat vegetables, but good for them. They're taking care of themselves. I like it. Good on you guys. All right, storage is huge in any build. There's so much crap you don't even think you need until you're out there, you're in your car, and you're like, oh man, I need that thing. I need that, that tool. I need that little fan that hangs up most of the time, spare clothes, spare towels, all the knickknacks. The things I wouldn't think of until I needed it. A lot of stuff you would need. But let's keep looking. He bought it for $2,700. That might be great. But he also paid $2,200 to the mechanic. Okay, I started as a mechanic. I can tell you, I'm not a smart guy, right? Everything I learned about mechanics was on YouTube. You're on YouTube right now. If your window isn't working or something's leaking, go look it on YouTube. There's Chris Fix. There's a billion channels that can teach you what you need to know. You don't have to go to college. I would say 99% of the mechanics I've worked with never went to college, never got any further education. Most likely a high school dropout. Personally, I graduated high school, but not that smart. They pretty much pushed me through. If I can do it, you can do it. No joke. And this was to pass inspection. So he lives in a state with an inspection, which sucks. I grew up in a state with vehicle inspections. It's not cool. They say they make the roads safer, but really, I think they just give money to mechanics and inspection facilities. Taxes, fees, $300. Who likes the DMV? Necessary evil, though. And he tells a little bit about his build. What does he say? Did he say anything good? Well, he makes a breakdown. I like that he kept track of it. I actually added some of this stuff up. It said total cost is $5,200. I came up with a different number. I came up close to $6,000. But for $6,000 in a state with inspections, a pretty nice van. It looks solid. No crazy rust holes. I've lived with rust holes my whole life though, so they don't really scare me. If you know what you're looking at, get under your vehicle, get under your next potential build. Look at your brake lines. That's what's really serious, If you blow a brake line, which I have many times, it's not the end of the world, but very dangerous. You want to get something that's not that far gone. And I like this. I think he did a good build. I don't know if this is his first one, but I like it. I like it. Teddy bears are cool. You keep it comfortable up in here, you know. See, that's the thing about tiny builds. Like all these little extra things, you need to keep them to a minimum. But comfort, especially if it's your like first time, like living outside, alternative living, homeless, a bum as I would call it. I like to call myself a bum. I've heard it from enough people over the years. You know, cool. I don't mind. But keep your stuffed animals. Keep whatever hobby you really love. You play the guitar, whatever you do it. You know. See, he's got the Rolls Royce top. Make it feel nice. You know, don't spend $1 billion on it, but make it feel nice. This hardwood floor, probably not necessary, but it looks nice. It feels good. Make it feel like home. Make it comfortable. You know, you got 2 fans up. Tell the temperature. I can't quite read it. Maybe that's a clock. I don't know. It's hot. He's got 2 fans though. He's living in nature. It looks nice. Good build. You know, this is a solid build. I don't know if it's his first, but if it was, he did a lot better than I did. Props to you, man. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been straight bumming it. We're out here straight bumming it. Straight bumming it now.